doing Rings of Power?
We were talking about the female king.
Okay.
Right? So I was just saying this is why, because people are stupid and like why I having arguments with them. Or they're unnecessary purists, like our friend Angelo. Who's like, that lawyer on She-Hulk should be a redhead. I'm like, you don't know who she was since yesterday.
Well, you keep talking about She-Hulk. We're doing Rings of Power.
So Galadriel really needs... Galadriel...
Yeah. Shout out to Madness. Yeah. Rogue Nation 845. Bro.
Needs to have more than one personality trait.
Wait. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's good, Council of Comics? We're doing the Rings of Power review, episode 1 and 2. Got Cliff, Bam. What's up?
Hey, everybody.
Cliff, go ahead, start off. You know you want.
Galadriel needs to have more than one freaking personality trait. Right now, her personality trait is vengeance. And that's it. That's all we got. Freaking Elrond.
She's got a good reason.
Of course she has a good reason. But I'm saying, when's the last time something upset you so much that everything everyone said to you meant nothing for days at a time? Is this like supposed to be something because she's semi-immortal, being an elf, where she could just days at a time just be like, meh?
I mean, she could swim across a continent. Why not?
I mean, well, that is just great genetics. That's just great genetics, okay? She is an elf.
So let's start off from the beginning. Beginning of episode 1. They have a similar montage as in the Lord of the Rings movies, telling you about the First Age and what happened. And Morgoth, they defeated Morgoth, who I think is probably the ultimate thing to see, but we'll never see it. But and then they tell the story of her brother who fights him, and he dies.
Well, no, he doesn't fight Morgoth. He goes chasing after Sauron.
He goes chasing after Sauron,
and Sauron kills him.
Right,
tortures him.
Oh, yeah. Tortures him first, just to be clear.
He fights, this is from what I'm told, he fights a werewolf. That's why you see those claw things in there. And people are mad because they couldn't see that. You can't see it because Amazon did not buy the First Age. They only bought the Second Age. There's 3 ages. So, Galadriel is part of this little clique. She feels like Sauron is somewhere. Lurking evil, some evil is lurking.
Well, it's not a little
trying to
clique.
hunt it down.
It's not a little clique, right? It's just a lot of people feel like Sauron should be extinguished because he was Morgoth's like great general. But then many years go by, like 2 centuries go by, and she's still searching, and everyone else has had it. And we find out later, after she's praised and sent off to
Valinor.
Valinor, right? We find out later that we had to send her away because the visions foretold that if she keeps seeking Sauron, that will bring him forward. Like, in other words, like, Sauron is dead, but if she keeps knocking at that door, Sauron will awaken, and we're trying to avoid that by sending her away. Which, of course, she doesn't. They get to Valinor, these bright freaking angelic lights start coming to welcome you in, and Homegirl's like, nope, I'm going for my dagger, and I'm jumping off the boat.
She dives in the ocean.
And
if you've seen the map of how big this ocean is.
It's a fantastically big ocean. Those elven lungs are exceptional.
Okay, and so switching over, Elrond's in this as well.
Yeah, a very young Elrond.
Who played him before? Hugo Weaving played the original Elrond.
Yes.
So they send her away, and they make Elrond go with this master crafter. I forget what his name is.
I forgot already, too.
He's really important in the books. He supposedly crafts the rings later on.
Yes.
And Elrond goes to him. He's like, look, I want to build this tower. Me and Ben were talking about before. Is the tower that she's building, is that Mordor? The tower at Mordor? Or is it Saruman's?
I think it'll end up being Saruman's. I think.
Saruman.
But I really don't know. I want you to know, just because they purchased the Second Age doesn't mean that all of this is directly from it. This is some loosey-goosey stuff going on.
Oh, yeah. I've talked to some people that said this is all over the map.
Yeah.
Things happening that shouldn't be happening, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's why people are heated about it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm having a good time. I mean, I didn't know what to expect, but it looks really great. Some of the outfits, but considering I got bigger fish to fry, I can ignore that. And I really like the cast.
I felt like I was back in Lord of the Rings.
I liked it.
Yeah.
The outfit that I liked was the elf when he's stationed at that dude with the chess
Yes,
piece.
yes.
I thought that shit was dope.
Dope. He's a new character too.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's a new character.
I like him a lot.
Yeah.
And
So,
I love Forbidden Love.
yes.
Love.
And that has to be his son.
Oh my
You
god.
think so?
Because they never show you the ears. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
But why does he not think that's his dad if he has the ears?
Also,
You know what I mean?
Also, does he not have yo? First of all, that kid. Why does why did that kid find in that farm what looks like a piece of freaking
That's Morgoth's
sword?
yeah.
Right. But again, allegedly, that area is still very tainted by Morgoth's influence because
the people
men.
that were there. Okay, so the elves, they're kind of soldiers in that area because those people teamed up with Morgoth
Because
in
they're
the
human.
First Age. Yeah, so
Yeah.
they don't trust the humans there.
And apparently, rightfully so, based on everything we've seen in 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Except for Homegirl, who's with the elf. She's great. She's a good one.
mhm.
And he's like, "Oh, that town was very tied to Morgoth." And she's like, "Ah, that's my hometown."
watch your mouth.
Yeah, exactly. I love
And
it.
the other storyline, Elrond he says he can get the dwarves to help build this tower thing
Yes.
because he doesn't think they're gonna get the soldiers. So somebody said, man, funny. He's like, if you knew the distance between where they were coming from and Khazad-dûm, he's like, and they just show up strolling and walking. He's like, yo, it's like a whole continent type stuff. How did they get there so quick? But anyway, this is my favorite part when he goes inside and the dwarves, because they didn't miss a beat. They're the same. The dwarves like Lord of the Rings, like The Hobbit. They didn't miss a beat, and I love the dwarves. Durin is dope, and I like the relationship between Elrond and Durin because it was hilarious. He's like, you didn't come to my wedding, you didn't come to see my kids being born. It was like, it's 20 years. He's like, 20 years is nothing. He's like, 20 years. 20 years for me is a lifetime.
Right, and you know this because you're supposed to be really smart because you're an elf.
Yeah, and I like the whole thing where Elrond, in order to speak to him, had to do some kind of ritual,
Mm-hmm.
and he lost on purpose because he just wanted 5 seconds to talk to him to walk out. So he's gonna try to get them to help him with building the tower. So Durin has to go to his father and get permission to help. Now the thing that they open up, is that the stone from The Hobbit? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know.
Remember the precious thing that they were trying to get away from the drag from Smaug?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think
It's
so.
the
either.
treasure jewel of dwarves.
I think it's there. I don't think we've seen it. I don't think.
Because remember they open up that chest
and
and
they're all
something's
looking
glowing
at it.
but we don't see it.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that's possible. And then the other storyline, there's a lot of storylines, but that's okay. I still like it. The meteor flies through the sky,
Yeah.
and this mysterious man was in the meteor and crashes, and he's found by the Harfoots, who are the ancestors
To the hobbits.
to the hobbits. People say they weren't created. They were created. There was just only 1 or 2 sentences in Tolkien's books about them, but they were referenced, so they are.
They're free game to use.
They're canon. So these 2
Canon is
Harfoots
such
who
a
are,
loose word.
who are replacing Sam and Frodo, but now it's 2 female Harfoots. I
think she's gonna be centered around everything.
Yeah. So
So who do you think the dude is? I think it's Sauron.
You think that's Sauron?
Yeah, because why not? We have never seen what he looked like, and it is a great way to introduce us to a character that we don't really know or understand, and then boom.
What do you think, man?
I don't know.
Now someone told me they think it's Gandalf. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, he's not.
You
that
know?
that would change everything, I think.
Yeah.
If you put
Falling
Gandalf
out of the
right
sky.
there.
Falling out of the sky seems too chaotic. And also, what's his name? The Harfoot that's always watching the skies, watching the travels.
Yeah.
He seems to understand that signs, very clearly understands signs mean things. Like he's like, oh, the sky is completely wrong. This is not what the sky looks like. He's like, the stars are watching us.
Did you notice if that was in their little book thing? Because at the beginning it
Yeah.
shows the wolf, it shows
Yep.
the 2 travelers. I didn't see.
No,
the
he's
meteorite.
looking at a star, but he's looking at star charts that night when he looks up the sky and he's like, this is all wrong. right? And then the meteorite comes, and then then the story really starts to happen there.
I think Sauron's the guy in the boat.
Really, the guy in the boat?
Mm-hmm. The most least likely person.
The young kid that's with this chick.
Yeah, that saved her from drowning.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's Sauron.
You think so?
Yeah.
That would be a great portrayal.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the previews, he's going. He's like, yo, I want you to come over here.
Yeah. And he's supposed to be tricking people.
Yeah.
This whole time. I think the guy in the meteor is maybe like Gandalf's mentor, or
People
somebody
keep
that
suggesting
mentor.
that,
You know what I mean?
Like the predecessor to Gandalf.
Yeah.
Maybe he like the archetype of human mages in the Lord of the Rings universe.
Yeah. So after that meteor hits, the king of the elves, a leaf falls.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like leaves don't fall, because he looked weird when that leaf fell, and he picked it up, and then the venom goo went over that, and he's like,
just like the venom goo that came out of the cow.
Bro.
Yeah, he knew. He was like, oh, we sent her away. He's like, crap.
You messed up, bro.
Well, he'll be very happy when he sees that she's back and ready to fight.
Yeah. And then it's cool when that soldier went into the tunnels, because they found out that orcs were digging underneath, and then he gets swallowed up. That was dope. Yeah. And then how did episode 2 end? See, that's the problem.
Yeah, episode 1 ended so strong with the freaking meteor, right? And then episode 2 is like,
how it ended.
Yeah, I don't know how it ended.
Didn't it end with the boats, guys?
No.
Oh, a boat comes, right? How do they get
saved?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A boat that
they don't show who saves them.
Yeah, we don't see who's there.
Some guy comes in a boat and saves them. So, for the first 2 episodes, listen, as being a Lord of the Rings fan, I am satisfied so far.
I like it.
They're setting it up like somebody said. This is gonna be an 8-hour movie, basically.
It always is, isn't it?
And I give it out of 10. I give it a 9 so far.
You're so generous. I'm going with 8 out of 10.
No, I go with 9. I'm more looking forward to that than She-Hulk and any other of these shows.
Yeah.
9s are being thrown around over here.
I mean, visually, it's stunning, bro.
Yeah, I like it.
It is very well done. I am enjoying it more than House of Dragons.
Yeah, me too. That's another
Which
one.
I'm not hating, but I'm enjoying this one more.
Yeah, but I think House of Dragons is a little slower than this. This one has a little bit more pace.
Although House of Dragons did that time jump.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, oh, damn.
And they're going to do another time jump.
Yeah.
Because these girls have to get older.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, they just love toying with us and killing people.
Yeah.
Well, that's our review of The Rings of Power, episode 1, episode 2. Check us next time for episode 3. See y'all later. Peace.
Later. Shout out to Steve.
Bro.